Hello everyone, Zellerant here, and for today's video on Umamusume, I thought I would do some account reviews here. I was kind of looking at things in the queue. Now it looks like there's some that are a little bit older, but I might take a look at a couple of them here. But we're going to start with the one that was posted today, and then just kind of take a look at these other ones. Hopefully they're not too old, and they are not something regarding decisions that they needed to make around then. I do definitely need to make more of these videos, so I need to probably try and do these about once a week. It's just been really busy, not only work, but also with Arknight's Enfield dropping. But we're going to go ahead and get into this. We'll start with the first one I have here. Should I aim to pull for MLB Fuku or MLB Fine Motion? Now, they do have some more details in here. We're going to be taking a look at that. I've already got my generic answer for this one, though, is Fine Motion. Fuku card is, in my opinion, for a lot of people, the easiest card to slot in as like a borrow, if you're going to want to have a borrow. And it's not a must borrow, or it's not a must have, kind of like you'll see with PAL cards in the future, even though it kind of acts like a PAL card. But it is a good to have if you're going for that high roll. And so I am not planning on pulling for it. Unless I continue to get lucky, because I did pull one copy of her today on my free pulls. We'll have to see how the rest of the free pulls go, but I kind of don't plan to unless I get another one on the free pulls. Because then I can get up to Limit Break 2 with 200 pulls, and that gives me a lot of options. That gives me the options with my anniversary selectors to MLB her. But let's just look at the rest of the details they have in here. I'm in a dilemma. I want to upgrade my support card so I can build better Umas, but I'm not sure if it would be better to aim for MLB Fuku or MLB Fine Motion. So some more context. They have MLB Kita-san and MLB Nice Nature. The fact they have MLB Nice Nature does mean they are kind of covered on the wit side of things, especially being 15% race bonus going into making you track. But if they have Fine Motion alongside of her, that is going to be very strong. That's basically what I'm going in with. So I feel about equal in the speed and wit department. I currently have 25k carats, so they will have enough for Fine Motion. They don't currently have enough. Well, they do have enough for Fuku with the free pulls. They get up to 200. But that's not going to be enough. I've already pretty much got my answer just from that alone. Willing to top up slightly with my wallet if necessary, but not to the extent of a fully paid Spark. The only Uma they are aiming in the near future is Valentine's Bourbon. So that's pretty much the biggest one coming up. And definitely kind of looking at them, they kind of sound like they're a small spender, not a heavier spender. And I have a half honorary, they still have their half honorary selector and their rainbow uncapped crystal shard. I have Limit Break 0 Fine Motion. I have not had any luck pulling at New Year Fuku from the free pulls yet. That's a big one right there. Kind of in the situation I am. The free pulls determine on whether I pull on the banner. My playstyle is grindy. I do career runs often and top up my TP with carrots when they are empty, so they do a lot of runs. That's one thing if you're going to want to do Fuku runs. Fuku is very high rolly in the sense that you can get a very high roll, but it's a huge gamble. You got to be willing to do a lot of runs. So they do check one thing off the box for the Fuku card to be valuable to them. I'm looking to invest in a card with more longevity if possible. And that one, definitely not Fuku in my opinion. You're going to hear a lot of people talk about Fuku being usable in future scenarios, which is true. But there are so many other options you're going to have that are just as good, and at least from what I can get off of it from looking at, like Grandmasters, Grand Live, and all those. Yes, the Fuku card is usable, but you have so many more options at those points. So we got their cards here. We're going to take a look at their cards before I kind of give my advice on it. So they've been playing since day one, so they are a veteran account. Already have a decent speed card that's a free-to-play one when it comes to just having 10% race bonus. Decent on the speed stats. The free speed special week that we got right off the bat. Now, this is going to be your more free-to-play option if you don't have much else and you just want to kind of get another speed card in there. But this is already decent enough, especially for Pace Chaser, because now you're going to have to gamble if you need that heal, especially for The very first one, which is the 3200 long. But that gives you one of your cards right there. Limit Break 2 on Silent Suzuka. I mean, they've been getting all the event cards. Shinko Wendy Speed. There's another speed card, 10%. And this one, I think I would put this one over Special Week if you don't need to heal there. Nishino Flower, speed at 2 limit. Man, you've been getting a lot of speed cards at some decent amount of limit breaks. And, okay. Oh, wait, this is, okay, you have it ordered differently. I'm like, why? There's SRs and then some more SSRs. Okay, kind of throwing me off here. So we got that. Super Creek, MLB. That's another card for anything where you're going to want a heal. She covers it. Okay, so that one could, you don't even need her, so I would say you're going to take like one of your options, Shinko Wendy. You have Super Creek as a 10% heal, 15% training effectiveness, Swinging Maestro. Okay, let's see the rest of these cards here. Vodka Power MLB. Wow, I do not know the race bonus on that one. El Condor Pasa MLB. I don't think either of them are good on the race bonus, though. Let's see. Just kind of get through the rest of it. Smart Falcon. Okay. This one is kind of a decent. I mean, you have Nishino Flower Power MLB, which is a 15% race bonus. Man, you've been getting lucky. If you're not a heavy spender, you've been pretty decently lucky on some of these cards. And with the specific ones you're getting. Ines Fujin, 2 limit break. Alright. Alright, I'm liking what I'm seeing there, but I need to make a video specifically on this card. This is one I am not hearing anybody talk about. But it's a very solid card. But a lot of people are kind of, they see that it's only 5% race bonus, and I know we haven't had a rate up banner or anything for it, so very few people have decent dupes on it. But if you do, it's a very strong option for your anniversary ones, for making you track. If you're solid in everywhere else, I say. If you're solid everywhere else, like I am. But you have that. Of course, Udada. Fine motion at 0. Yeah, of course, yeah. Oh, you have the Yukino Bijin Wit. 5% race bonus and can get you no stopping me. Nice Nature MLB. Okay, so Rico's gonna be dead to you, going into making you track and only limit break 2. And that's it on your cards. Okay. Ines is a 10%, not fit. Pretty sure Ines is only 5. If she was 10%, that'd be crazy. Pretty sure she's only 5%. She's gonna be like the core card for my Guts build. But let's see. Yeah, she's only 5%. So your deck is actually very, very good. Let me look up Vodka and El Condor Pasa, though. I don't think they are good, very good on race bonus. Yeah, 5% on Vodka. And then you have El Condor Pasa. Race bonus 10%. Okay, so you have a lot of options here. And so this is going to be a very easy decision for you. It's going to definitely be fine motion. 100% for sure fine motion. You are fine on your speed side of things. And, I mean, like thinking the first one, you have Super Creek MLB. There's 10% race bonus. There's your heal for the long race or one of your heals. If we get second evolutions early, where we're going to get a buff to Breath of Fresh Air, Vodka has some potential in there being a very good card. Only 5% race bonus, which you can work around that. The fact that you have Nice Nature MLB, and then if you do take your Fine Motion up to MLB, you're going to have a lot of options. Right here, 15%. I like to think of the 15% cards being able to make up for the 5%. Because because your target is going to be getting 60%. Getting higher is good, of course, but 60% is like the must-have in this sense. I think the minimum people will say is 50, but 60% is going to be the must-have. You still want to take into consideration the gold skills. And so taking someone like Nice Nature is going to be able to make up for bringing a 5%. So it gives you the option even to bring Kitasan Black for Professor of Curvature. It's an option I'm looking at for the long race, because Professor of Curvature is going to be super strong, and you're not going to see as many people using it. So it can give you an advantage now because people are going to be using the 10% pluses. That's what we're going to see with some people. They're going to hard focus on that race bonus and not have as strong of the golds. And so you have a lot of flexible options, like with Nice Nature, Fine Motion. Right there is 25% race bonus. Depending, you're going for Valentine's Bourbon, so you're not going to be able to use her card, which is one card you can use on a lot of front runners. And so, on the very first one, the long race, you have Super Creek. So Fine Motion, Nice Nature, 25. Super Creek takes you up to 35. That gets you one of your heals. And so 35. Let's see. Depending on the direction you want to go, you could take like Nishino Flower Power to get you another 15%, and then go with like Kitasan Black. And I mean, you also have Manhattan Cafe is a 10% race bonus, so if you need to double up the stamina to make sure you get very high for that first one, you have Manhattan Cafe. That takes you up to like 45. She takes you up to 50, and then you just pretty much your fifth card or your sixth card is going to take you up to 60, whether it's like Shinko Windy, Special Week Speed. So that right there is kind of a deck you can build for the long already. And then when you think of the others, it's Medium, Medium, Mile, Sprint, I believe. Medium, Medium, if you really need a heal, which you may not need a heal depending on how strong of a build you can do, you have Super Creek. Super Creek gets you the heal. If you want to go the Guts direction on a Guts build, you have Urara, which is a solid one. You have Yukino Bijin, 10%, 10%. Ines Fujin, she can work at Limit Break 2, and I believe she has everything she needs at Limit Break 2. Let me see. Now, she's only 5% race bonus, but she has speed bonus. Yeah, she has speed bonus on her, which is for a Guts build very, very important. She'll have 13% training. Her friendship bonus will be a little bit low on the 18% side, but you do have her as an option with speed bonus. So her, Urara, Yukino Bijin. I don't know if I've seen if you have a Sirius Symboli. Admire Vega, or not Admire Vega, Air Groove is 10% race bonus. So you have the Guts build cards. So you can go Guts, which would be Fine Motion, Nice Nature, and your 3 Guts cards, whatever they may be, and then you borrow Fuku. There you go, Guts build. And that one will be pretty solid. The nice thing, the reason I'm bringing up Ines Fujin, though, on your Guts build, is she has she has Restless built in. Your Valentine's Bourbon is going to want that heal potentially for the mediums. And so she gives you the heal with the Guts build. So your cards are solid. I mean, this is a lot of yapping for saying to pull Fine Motion, which I think most people have been saying in chat. I don't know if anyone's been talking at all on it. But I think this one is fairly obvious for most. So it is a lot of yapping, but that's just kind of giving you some ideas there. So 100% for sure, Fine Motion is the direction to go. And having 25k carats, you're willing to spend a little bit. It's going to be a little bit tricky. It's going to depend on your pulls, I guess, at this point. You still have your selector from the half anniversary. Let me see. When is the banner here? Are they going to overlap? I do not think they overlap. I need to see both. And right now I'm just kind of looking at my browser here for that. So let's see. Fine Motion and... Okay, yeah, they're not overlapping. They're far enough. They're pretty far away. So you're going to pull on Mihono Bourbon. You'll be able to know at that point where you're going to be sitting carrot-wise for Fine Motion. Now, Fine Motion will be overlapping with these banners. These ones aren't going to be too important to you. I think you have strong enough deck, and if you're not a heavier spender, Key to Sun Black is definitely a very strong one to pick up if you can. But not necessary 100%. Hopefully you get lucky on your free pulls. But now with the selector, what you can do, especially if you're unlucky on Valentine's Bourbon and you have to go to full pity, which will take 30,000 carats from you, because you already have one copy of her, you have your half anniversary selector. If you're just unlucky on everything else and you're willing to spend money, there is the anniversary selector that you'll get on the first anniversary, plus the paid one. It's going to be like $20 to $30. You can just MLB her right off the bat with that. 3 of those takes her to Limit Break 3, and then you can use your Rainbow Crystal to MLB her and not even touch her banner. But that's going to just come down, I think, to your luck on the Mihono Bourbon, Uma herself. And yeah, I think you're in very strong shape going into Make a New Track. And depending on the direction you want to go, eventually you're going to get Summer Maruzensky as another speed card, since it looks like you're going to want to do front runners with Mihono Bourbon Valentines. And so that'll cover one of your other speed options. Fuku is going to be dead to you after Make a New Track if you're to pulver her. I think you just kind of use her as your borrow and build around it. And I think Guts build's definitely going to be on the table for you, especially with the Ines Fujin Guts card at 2 Limit Break 2. Now, if you do pull on Fine Motion and get her at MLB, somehow you get lucky enough to do that, she's the one that I feel like your selector may be best put forward. Because there's trying to think of look at any of your other cards. Because I don't really see any others that are at a point where you can take full value of those 2. The Satono Diamond, I'll take Ines Fujin over Satono Diamond to MLB. You always have the option of Smart Falcon too, but since if you're going to have another front runner, she's 10% race bonus, but I'd rather you just build good parents with groundwork and take some. If you're going to take a power card, you have something like Nishino Flower Power, or something like that. Get a little bit more race bonus, and because she's good for groundwork, and that's about it. But then again, I feel like for your front runners, Guts build's going to be the way to go with Ines Fujin on most of the tracks. That's going to make you very solid. Let's see what they're saying in the comments here. My opinion, don't pull on both. All in Valentine's Bourbon. MLB Fine Motion by half anniversary. Yeah, they're basically saying what I just said you could do. 2 selector from first anniversary, 1 crystal, and then you have the selector you currently have. That's $20 to MLB Fine Motion. And then, okay, they're giving a reason. Your half anniversary ticket is glued. Like, you don't have any other choice. That's what I was looking at here. I don't see anything else here. Ines Fujin is the only one. A lot of people don't think about her. But she's one that's going to fall off, too, to a certain extent. I think she somewhat can have some value in the future with other Guts builds. But she will fall off just as well, unlike Fine Motion. And I think you can make her work. Because all you're missing on her, at Limit Break 2, what you're missing on Ines Fujin is the support priority. Like, that's the biggest thing you're missing. Is, yeah, Limit Break 2, you don't have the special priority, and then you're missing out on 2 friendship bonus, initial friendship, a little bit of that, hint levels from 2 to 3, a little bit of frequency, 2% race training effectiveness, but race bonus is not changed. So, yeah, it's really not a must-have for you in that case. So, yeah, like they're saying, I think that's your best option there, is to go ahead and I wouldn't just go all into Mihono Bourbon. Probably you could skip Fine Motion and then just, yeah, go all in on MLBing with the Selectors Crystal and continue to save your pulls for the future better options. Summer Brzezinski being one that you're going to want for your frontrunners. That's a lot of yapping for this one. Man, this is just one solid video by itself. But if anyone else is watching that wants to have me do an account review, I'm going to try and do them more often. I always forget to do these, but they're quick and easy. I say quick and easy. This is a long video. But yeah, I'm willing to look at them. I'm going to try and do them once a week. Now that I've kind of got caught up on Arknights Enfield and don't have to spend as much time on that. But that'll be it for now. And if you like my content, if you can like, comment, subscribe, it really helps. And thanks for watching.